Hello and welcome to the Unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League Podcast. I'm your host, Corey, joined by my co-host, Corey.
Good day, everybody.
We've got a really fun interview coming up at the end of this episode, don't we, Corey?
I don't want to say our biggest, because every hockey player is important. Anybody that gives us the time of day to come on and give us a few minutes is the most important person in the world to us. But this one gave me a little bit of butterflies. I'll admit that.
A little nervous going into it?
A little bit.
That's cool.
A little bit.
You know, there's that old saying, like, a little bit of nerves doesn't hurt you at all, just keeps you honest and makes you perform better. So,
exactly.
We have an interview with Nick Foran later on in this episode, and thanks, Nick, for giving us the time. We really appreciate it, and it's just fun to have him on, man.
Super great guy. Super easy. I think he could be a podcaster himself. He was so good at it.
There you go, Nick. Looking for a side hustle? Podcaster, you got this. I can't wait to see him on Friday night, man. We're gonna get into the schedule, but there's some really big games this weekend. It's gonna be fun.
A little top heavy on Friday. On Friday night, Dalhousie is at Shippigan.
Shippigan can't catch a break, eh? Holy crap, that's gonna be a.
They really can't.
So
that's another hard game to go through.
What do we think here? Dalhousie's lost a couple here. I think they're gonna be just firing all cylinders on Friday night.
Unfortunately for Shippigan, I think you're right. I think they just go in there just looking to beat the piss out of someone.
And Shippigan's the unfortunate team. Shippigan's got to get that win soon, man. They're right there.
Yeah, they're right. It's such a good team. Like, we've seen them.
Yep.
We've seen them. We know what they have. We know what they can do. The outcome has just not come in their favor. I'm a huge fan of Shippigan. I'll be honest with you. I think the Bezos are they're that team's faces right now.
Yeah.
They're their aces in the hole. I really hope things really turn around for Shippigan, because they're better than what the score is showing us.
Yeah. You know who else I really liked on that team? Their goalie, Chesson. That guy made some amazing saves.
Chesson, yeah.
Amazing saves in that LC game.
Yeah. Big time.
We won't be at the Shippigan game. Game 2.
No.
What's game 2?
Tracadie is making the trip to Bucktouche.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Can Bucktouche bounce back, though?
Yeah.
They got that one win. They got a week off.
Yep.
They can... Everything's in the past now. Do it now. If you can do it now, do it now. Come out both guns blazing.
They mentioned that they have a few players coming back, or some new guys coming on, so that's exciting. Hopefully, with it being a Friday night, not immediately after a Junior A game, they can get a good crowd in there.
Yeah, I hope so. Catching the end of that Spring Hill game 2 weeks ago was very disappointing to walk in there to an empty arena. The JCs is a proud organization. The heart of Bucktouche. Yeah, I hope things get a little better for Bucktouche.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Wish I was at that game, but I won't be there.
I'm sure they will as well.
But I will tell you where I will be on Friday night.
On the third game?
Oh, yeah.
The LC Buckduck Hawks are traveling to Miramichi to face the Northmen.
That's always a great game.
Yeah. When we interviewed Trey Lewis, we immediately thought, when we asked, who's your biggest rival? Like, who are the Hawks' biggest rival? Hands down, we were going to be like, he's going to say Bucktouche. They're neighbors. They're attached at the hip. And I believe he said, yeah, Bucktouche, but Miramichi. There's something about Miramichi and the Hawks. And for the leader of the Hawks to say that, that means it's an important game. And it's an important rivalry. So this is one that you can't miss.
Man, I'm pumped. Like, it's Wednesday night we're recording this. Every week I'm pumped for the weekend. Damn it. Such a bad addiction, this senior hockey. But it's going to be a great night.
It really is.
Can Mac Brown keep rolling the way that he's been rolling?
He has scored a point a game at least in every single game that he has played in. Yeah. He wasn't there for the first game, but I don't believe he's missed one. Even that loss to Tracadie last week still had an assist in that game. So Mackenzie Brown he's just one of those ace players for the Hawks, just like Robbie Graham.
Did you see that picture of Mac Brown that was posted by Joseph Photography where
he's in the air?
Yes.
Yeah.
What a picture.
I think I'm the one that sent it to you.
I got it sent by a couple people, but you were one of the people that sent it to me. That's a beautiful picture, man. That's just...
What a great, shout out to Joseph Photography. They do a fantastic job.
Yeah, man. Their work is just phenomenal, man. If you're looking for somebody to take some photos of your kids' hockey team, they do that for a very reasonable price. So go check them out. They're awesome. They're good people too. So
good people.
Saturday night, do we have any games?
So Saturday, we do a soul game, and this one is a rematch from a few weeks ago. Battle of the undefeated teams back then, not anymore, but Miramichi will be in Dalhousie.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of people from Miramichi make that trip. That's going to be a huge game. Do you think Miramichi can pick up a win here?
I think they can. I think they've only lost the one game. So, it's like the last show we had, where we went through the rankings. They dropped 4 points, but they didn't play a game this weekend. They didn't have a win or a loss or an OT loss. So teams jumped them without them doing anything. So, Miramichi's still a favorite in my opinion. Just a stacked team with a goalie with a hell of a great last name.
Not to toot your own horn or anything, right, Corey?
Yeah. It's so funny because I was standing in line in Rishibuktu, and this man started to talk to me. And he's like, "You look familiar." I'm like, "All right."
That's a face nobody will forget. That's a face nobody's going to forget.
And it's a face nobody will forget. Face only a mother could love. And if you talk to my mom, she'd probably be like, "I wish he'd leave." But he starts talking to me, and he's like, I tell him who my dad is, and he's like, "Okay, we're related." I'm like, "All right." And he tells me I'm Jeremy Hebert's father. Oh. So he's Jeremy Hebert's father. I'm like, "All right, so I'm related to Jeremy Hebert?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, you and your dad and me are cousins. So he's like my second cousin. I'm like, what a small world this is. I have a cousin that plays for the Northmen, whose his dad is like my mom's cousin. Yep. And now in the Hawks, I have someone that's related to my father. So small world. We got family all over this league apparently. If I can get one from Dalhousie, that'd be cool.
My sympathy to Vautour and Hebert. As a friend of Corey's, it's rough enough, so being family would be... Whew. Corey's got this smirk on his face, like, that's what I was waiting for you to say.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Who's the heel of this podcast? I am.
Yeah, man, Corey's a good guy. I love him. What do we have on Sunday?
Sunday, Bucktouche and Tracadie.
In Tracadie.
They will fight for a second time in Tracadie. Bucktouche has a lot of home and homes.
Yeah, they really do. This one's like a Friday, Sunday, though, right? So they have the Saturday off in the middle there?
Friday, Sunday, yeah. Saturday, the only one is Miramichi and Dalhousie. Final game on Sunday, River Valley is making the trip to Rishibuktu to face the LC Puckduck Hawks.
The Hawks' nemesis that they seem to struggle to beat.
They really do. They really struggle. Like, the one game that we went to... we went to Doketown to see it, and it wasn't even close. Fun time, fun game. The people of Doketown are fantastic people.
Phenomenal cheeseburger.
Can't say enough great things. The cheeseburgers, fried onions, gotta say it. But this will be a fun one to watch because my question in this game is River Valley really the kryptonite of the Hawks?
So last year, the River Valley beat the Hawks at home, and then they were the only team to beat the Hawks in Rishabakto.
Yeah.
And now this year they've beaten them once already. It's just like, yeah, it's that everybody has that one team, man. For the Dolphins, for a long time, it was every team. I'm a Dolphins fan. I can tell you that their kryptonite was Buffalo. It was New England, Tampa Bay. I don't know how long you have, but I can give you a list of 31 teams that just used to stomp on the Dolphins back in the day. But for the Hawks, it's really River Valley.
So, with that being said,
all right.
Last week, our predictions were...
That's the end of this show, folks. So, that's the end of the show. We're going to hang it up right here.
You ain't getting away that easy.
All right.
So, last week, Trakadi beat Shippigan.
Yeah.
Corey, you had that one right. I had that one wrong.
Yes, I did.
River Valley beat Shippigan. Yep. We both got that one right.
Okay. Yeah.
And unfortunately for Corey, that's where it stops.
Oh, I thought it was on a roll.
Yeah, you're on a roll, huh? So, Trakadi beat the Hawks. We both had the Hawks, so no points there. Spring Hill beat Dalhousie. I got that one right. And the Hawks beat Spring Hill. I got that one right. Our current record.
Hold on a second. I'm almost positive that I picked Shippigan to beat Trakadi. I think I might have only gotten one right last week.
No, you had Trakadi.
I hope so. God, I am.
I could be wrong. I'm
going to listen back.
But I'm almost certain that you had... Yeah, you had Trakadi. I'm almost certain.
I feel like I picked Shippigan in one of those two games. I don't know. I sucked. All right, last week was a rough one, but I'm going to bounce back.
We'll listen to it, and if there's a correction to be made, we'll correct it on the next episode. But as of right now, as of going off our memory, Corey Robichaud stands at 8-7, and which is respectable. It's over 500.
Yes, thank you.
And I stand at 10-5. So Corey was right. One would run away with it, but it's not by that much. It's a 2-point lead.
I wish this was a video podcast so you guys could see the freaking grin on Corey's face right now. Let's get the predictions for this week. Let's do it. What do we have Friday? Game 1.
Game 1 is Dalhousie and Shippigan. Who you got?
Dalhousie.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put who we pick. Right. So I have also Dalhousie.
Right. Good.
So Dalhousie for me and for you.
Beautiful.
So game 2, we have Trakadi and Baktouche.
Oh, this is a Trakadi win.
It's in Baktouche.
Trakadi win.
It's in Baktouche, don't forget. Trakadi win. I agree. So we both have Trakadi. The Hawks at Miramichi.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one.
I already got mine written down. So
your prediction is the Hawks?
Miramichi.
Okay, man's got to take some risks. Hawks.
Yeah.
Hawks win.
All right, so I'm going to put one for me, and for you, I'm going to put Hawks.
Yes, sir. Don't let me down, Hawks. Come on, boys.
Trakadi versus Baktouche. This is Baktouche at Trakadi.
Baktouche wins in Trakadi.
I have Trakadi winning.
Okay, fine. This is
making
up.
Again, I'm going to put a pin there.
Let's go.
JC's for Corey. And the final game of the week, River Valley at the Hawks.
The Hawks get River Valley in this game. Hawks win.
I agree. I think kryptonite doesn't really exist. So
we're both going to be
the
wrong.
Hawks as well. So as of right now, we both have Dalhousie. Yep. We both have Trakadi. I got Miramichi. You got the Hawks. I got Trakadi. You got the JCs.
Absolutely.
And we both have the Hawks.
All right. I like it.
So that's our predictions.
So I could go up a couple.
I love doing this.
I could go up a couple, or I could plummet further down the standings. We'll see what happens.
Here's the thing, though. You're only off by 2 points. We're still very close.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm good with it. I think the difficulty in predicting this is actually a credit to the league.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even last year, I feel like it would have been a lot easier for me to make these predictions and get, full everything right in a weekend. This year, man, it's a coin toss for most of these games. So I love it, but my record sucks.
I have a feeling last year, if we would have been if there would have been 2 Hawks games in that weekend, I feel we would have always been picking one team to beat the Hawks because they went so long without losing. I feel we would have always been off on one.
This is the weekend.
Well,
That's what it would have been.
last year.
Yeah, it would have been like, this is the weekend where they lose one here.
Yeah, this is the weekend. They can't win forever.
I think
But yeah,
this is the weekend where we see the JCs start to really be the JCs again. And that's when it really gets interesting because, man, every team could win every night, and I love that.
yeah.
Do you know who's?
I don't have the JCs winning.
Do you know who's not going to lose this weekend? The Spring Hill Coal Miners.
That's right. They are not playing.
They're off.
Who else isn't playing?
Just them.
Is that the only team?
Just them. But
good rest, boys.
Yeah. We enjoyed seeing you on Sunday. Enjoy your time off. We'll probably be there. Yeah, we probably will actually. I think their next game at home is against Dalhousie. No, not Dalhousie. Trackety at Spring Hill on the 25th. So,
that'd be one to watch.
I'd love to get out to that game. We'll see what happens. You know why I really want to get out to that game, right?
Paisano's Pizza.
It's a big perk. If you haven't yet, give a like and share on that post on the page. Enter to win some free food from Paisanos, the good people at Paisanos. And man, Corey, we don't have much food stuff to talk about from last weekend. We really only went to one game, and the burger was pretty good, but it wasn't. Wasn't everything. It was a decent burger.
I like the burgers in Rishabuktu.
You do.
I really do.
I really do. Okay with the burgers in Rishabuktu. You know what I don't like? The hot dogs in Rishabuktu.
They're the hot dogs. After you told me what they do, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not taking a hot dog. Did you notice? This is a weird thing that I noticed.
All right.
They're doing grilled cheese now.
I saw that sign. I think.
So yeah, that was weird. No.
I think if you're going to do grilled cheese, you got to do tomato soup with it. So they should do grilled cheese, tomato soup, $6, combo it up. You heard it here first. Make it happen.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Now, the burgers are really good. It's just that the patties are way bigger than the buns, which is weird, but I love them. I really do.
Yeah, you've been an OG Rishabuktu burger guy.
Listen, I'm from Rishabuktu. I'm unbiased. I've found an interest in a lot of the teams in the league, where it's not just Hawks, but that Rishabuktu arena is nostalgic to me. Last year, we spent more time there than with our families.
Pretty well. Yeah, I love the Rishabuktu rink. I do like a lot of the rinks around town. You know, one rink that's growing on me more and more and more? Miramichi. I love going there.
The Miramichi rink is so... The thing I love about that rink is the pictures on the wall of the old school senior hockey teams and buildings that burnt and all that. Like a piece of history. Yeah. It's so cool. The first time we ever went there was for an XWA show, a wrestling show. Anytime that I can connect wrestling and hockey, it's always a plus for me. It's always easy to make that connection. And for that one, just seeing these players from the 50s or whatever on the wall, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's some old boxing pictures too. It's just a phenomenal rink.
Yeah. I love the outside of the arena too with the big Timberwolves logo.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. It's a good time. It's an older rink and the seats are definitely older, but they're comfortable as heck. They're just some of the most comfortable seats in the rink in the league.
You get into that arena and it's almost like you're going back in time. There's something... It's almost like when people talk about Madison Square Garden. They go in there and there's this feeling in the arena. The arena has its own personality. Miramichi feels like that for me.
All right. So now my next question. The Northmen mascot name should be unveiled, I think, this weekend. What's our prediction?
RV the Lumberjack?
RV the Lumberjack? You like RV? I think he's going to be called the Northman. that's my prediction. He's blank the
Yeah.
Northmen. So I don't know a really good name that starts with. He can't be Nick the Northman after Nick Foran. Like that's just I don't know if I'd like that one. But Nicholas the Northman. I'm a big fan of that mascot. It's a beautiful mascot.
It's nice, yeah. I hope there's more mascots coming in the league.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
I hope so. It's pretty cool for the kids. Do you want to see a Digger versus blank the Northman match at center ice somewhere?
I do. I think I got Digger in that one.
You got Digger in that one?
My old buddy Digger.
Well, we saw Digger stun some wrestlers. So will Digger stun the Northman?
We did. He knows how to fight. Digger knows how to fight. There you go.
You heard it here first, folks. Corey, good times, good episode. Coming up here next on the episode, we've got our interview with Nick Foran.
It's a doozy. Stay tuned for that one. Thank you to Nick Foran for doing this. It was a blast having you on.
Yeah, it's a great time. Thanks, Nick. So we'll be back next Tuesday with our next episode. Thank you so much for listening, following. Please subscribe on the YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube.
The YouTube.
Man, I'm getting so old that I say
kind of like the YouTube.
Subscribe to the YouTube. All right, folks. Thank you for everything. We love the support. And Corey, we'll see you later.
Take care.
Hello and welcome to the Unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League Podcast. I'm here today with my co-host Corey.
Good day, everybody.
And we're joined by a very special guest today, Nick Foran from the Miramichi Northmen. Welcome, Nick.
Hey, guys.
Man, you're one of the most requested people. I've had some. First of all, we've got a lot of fans from Miramichi, man. You've got some crazy. Senior hockey in Miramichi is as big as anywhere in this province.
Oh, it's been crazy, the support that we get, and I mean it really blew up, to be honest. It was always a senior hockey town, but this is something for sure.
All right, man. So you've been you're a vet of the league. You've been playing in this league and before that in a couple others. You started off with the Phantoms, right? Way back when?
Yes. Yeah. 18 years ago.
Tell me a bit about the league back then.
That league, I forget what it was called, the NESHL, I believe.
Yeah, NESHL.
Yeah, so it was a good league. It was it was a lot more physical for sure. I mean, the fights, there was a 2-fight rule back then, but the caliber of hockey wasn't even close to what it is today. Like, I mean, there's 4 lines per near on every team now. Back then there was probably 2 lines, you mean?
Yeah.
But pretty much every team had just a full line of fighters too, so it was entertaining for sure.
The fans loved it for that, for sure. Then you spent some time. Yeah. There's been some periods where Miramichi didn't have a senior hockey team. You were in Lamec, Niguac, and kind of around. There was also a little period where there was just no senior hockey really much around here at all before the resurgence of the Northmen. And man, the crowds at Northman games. I went to a couple games last year, been to a bunch this year already. Man, talk to me about the crowds. It's been insane.
Oh, it's unreal. Like, I mean, you can't go anywhere in town really without somebody talking about it or talking to you about it. And then I don't know, Friday nights. It's just Friday night's the night. You mean, people get off work, they go out for supper, and then it's just it's really clicking, really.
We went out to Boston Pizza a few weeks ago. Actually, it was before that intra-squad game that you guys had, and there was people at the table next to us that were also going to the intra-squad game. I was like, this is so cool. As a senior hockey nut like I am, it's a lot of fun, man. It's been wicked.
No, it's great. It's good to see. I mean, the kids enjoy it, the fans enjoy it, everybody's happy, and we have our executives just top notch. They put a lot of time and effort in all summer. So it's good to see for them too.
Absolutely.
So Nick, you played in Quebec for the North American Hockey League. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
I don't know how much time we have, but
all the time you want.
Yeah, no, I went up there in, I can't remember now, probably 2009, I think. 2009, I went up there.
It was 2010, 2011, and 2011 and 2012.
Is that what? Yeah, okay. And I went up there with Riviere Duluth, and me and David Mitchell went up, actually. We traveled together, and it was a whole different experience for sure. It was, I don't know.
Were you driving back and forth? Were you driving back and forth to Miramichi back then?
Yes. Yeah, I was going to college in NBCC, and I was traveling up there on the weekends.
Oh my God, that's crazy! I love it.
They rented us a car every weekend, and we just drove up, and did our thing, and drove back Sunday night.
Wow, that's it's a different time, eh? The caliber of play in Quebec is different. It's a heck of a league.
It is, yeah. But there was a lot of there's a lot of good hockey players there. Like, people, they'd go to the States after junior, or whatever, and they'd go back there to make some money, because you could work a full-time job and just play on the weekends, and it was a pretty high paying league, really.
Yeah, always was pretty crazy league, man. Some of the stories come out of that, and just there's a documentary on it on YouTube. If anybody hasn't watched that, check it out. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no, it was something for sure. Every game.
So Nick, I got one question. I hope you don't mind me asking it, but what do you do for a living, Nick?
I work at the prison in Renews, the federal government.
So how do you manage the work-life hockey balance during hockey season? It's got to get tough.
Yeah, it does. It's working shift work in the wintertime. Like, I do my own thing in the summer, like in the summer months. So I work Monday to Friday. I can pick and choose when I go, but it's still tough for sure. But then I go back to the prison in the wintertime, and it's shift work, so you got to use some of your vacation and your leave to get to the games and whatnot. So,
are you playing Friday? Are you going to be suiting up?
Yeah, playing Friday. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that. There's a legitimate rivalry between the Hawks and the Northmen. Those were some of the best games I saw last year.
Yeah,
it feels like the aggression's like amped up a level or something. Like, it's hard hitting, fast paced, good hockey.
It is, yeah. No, they got a good squad down there, and they got a couple guys that do their job. They can get under your skin, and it adds to it for sure.
Yeah, gotta love those guys that can get under your skin. You got some of those in Miramichi too, though, and there's some fun to watch. I'll tell you what, man. My girlfriend's not a big senior hockey fan, and she came with me to the first game of the year this year, which was you guys in Bucktouche, and she was like, "Oh man, that Miramichi team is going to be fun to watch." And now she asked me to go to Miramichi games on Friday nights because she's just having a blast.
Yeah, no, every team we got a lot of character, and it's fun to have a team that matches up with you like that. It gets you into the game early, and it's great.
Yeah, you guys are really talented this year, man. It's been fun. So you play a very physical style of hockey, good defenseman, but you're known to throw a few good hits. How do you prepare mentally for a game?
I don't know. I just kind of wing it. I always drive to the rink by myself, and just kind of do my own thing. And then once you get in the locker room, just when you get in there and you get to talk to the guys, and it's just everything you forget about everything really. You're just ready to roll.
Got to lead into this question with that, though. Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
No, not overly. Grab a coffee and go to the rink and get ready. I'm not really into superstitions or anything like that.
No, you're not about putting the left tape on before the right tape or any weird shit?
No, I don't think so. No. No. Pretty basic.
Nick, there's been a few rule changes or tweaking of the rules when it comes to fighting, limiting the amount of fighting. I'm just curious to know what's the importance of fighting in this league, like in any league, really?
I don't know. It keeps everybody on their toes. Like I can tell this year by that rule that they put in. If you fight after the 10-minute mark, you're suspended for the next game, which I think is it's crazy. Like, you can see the game change as soon as that clock goes past 10 minutes in the third period.
Yeah.
Everything, gets chippier. The guys that don't do anything all game, then they're I don't know. I don't agree
get a little higher.
Rule. Yeah, I don't agree with that rule at all. And whatever, like the three fight rule, and then you start getting suspended. Well, I don't know. That's the way it's going, but that 10-minute rule is just terrible, because that's when Miramichi was known for that. If you get an empty net goal with 2 minutes left, that's when the fights go. And that was in somebody else's rink or our rink. Like, we always did that. But now it's not a thing, right? It's not.
Yeah. It's a weird rule.
It's not a fun rule for us.
No. Yeah, no, it's not a fun rule for the fans.
No, it's terrible. No. And that's what I'm getting at. Like, the fans want to see that. The fans want to see that, and nobody's if you want to fight, you can fight. Like, nobody's being jumped or anything. Like, that's a whole different story, but I don't know.
Yeah, I get pulling it out of junior and restricting it a bit, but once you get to senior hockey, guys.
Corey, I believe you froze there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you'll have to edit this one out. Corey, you with us? Yeah. So while we're waiting for Corey, Nick, might as well ask you this now. We talk a lot about food here on the BSHL podcast. Do you have any favorite food when you go to a hockey rink?
At a rink, I don't know. It'd have to be a poutine, wouldn't it?
Poutine's always a fun one for us here. Just got a message from Corey. His power blinked, actually.
Oh.
So I believe he's going to be joining us in a second here. There he is.
He's back.
Well, that's podcasting right there, folks. My my power just sorry about that.
So I did ask him the food question. So unless you want me to do it again.
Okay, well, I need to know it. I guess I'm gonna have to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
No, it's all good, man. I like to roll with it. Screw it.
All right. Talked a little bit about wrestling too.
Oh, are you a wrestling fan, Nick?
No, I was into it when I was younger, but no, not so much now. I was just telling Corey that my oldest son seems to be getting into it a little bit. He's 6 and going on 7. So,
man,
good to see.
He's a little older. You'll have to bring him to an IHW show, Miramichi. It's a pretty good time.
Yeah, they do that at Care 4, right? I believe they always do it at Care 4.
Believe it's there, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Till October, November.
I don't remember where NWE used to do their shows. The curling club, right?
I don't know if it was a curling club or the Kinsman Center or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did some there too.
All right, Corey.
Well, man, Nick, really appreciate your time here tonight. It's been truly just a pleasure interviewing you. Pleasure to have you on the podcast. And hopefully we'll have you back on here in a couple months and we'll talk about the progression of the season.
Yeah, no trouble, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you for doing this, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Take care, guys.